Last week I built the framing for the fireplace, which turned out pretty freaking legit. And so now comes everyone's favorite part, which is drywall. Now I am by no means an expert, but one thing I've learned along the way is that the less drywall joints to finish, the better. So that's why I'm installing sheets vertically on the sides and then horizontally on the front. Then I cut out the opening for the TV mount with my handy dandy multi-tool, which if you don't have one, you could definitely just use a little more muscle and do this with a drywall saw. Once I got the bottom sheet of drywall on there, I got really excited because it's starting to look like an actual fireplace and I could see the vision coming together. I taped and mudded everything and then also added corner beads, but you'll see in a sec that I'm going to be texturing the whole fireplace around. So this doesn't have to be as perfect as it would if we were leaving it flat. Okay, now for the fun part, I used drywall mud to add texture to the fireplace around, and I was going for like a subtle organic plaster-like texture, but without using actual plaster. I had no idea what I was doing here, so you can pretty much disregard what I was doing in the first coat because I hated how it turned out. So I did have to do a second coat, but I switched things up a little and applied the mud more evenly all over, and I didn't knock it down with a taping knife. Then I sanded the whole thing to knock down all those ridges and gave it a wipe with a wet sponge to soften up the texture even further. And that's it. I'm obsessed with how the texture turned out. Follow along because next week we're installing the fireplace.